just talking to businesses and just really kind of filling your cup with their stories. And it really inspires me to want to help even more.
Right.
So what kind of programming can we put in place to really support the members of the business community?
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 1 of the CBOT podcast, a conversation with Bonnie. We're here at the CBOT office today. Really glad to be here. Bonnie, since you've been here forever at CBOT, would love to hear from you. Just a quick overview of what we do here at the Clarington Board of Trade.
Well, I can answer that question, Rhonda, for
Perfect.
sure. So I've been here, it'll be about 16 and a half years. What we do here is we essentially provide the platform for businesses to connect with one another, collaborate with one another. We really make an effort to know almost every one of our members as well. So we've been around since 1998, trying to support as many businesses in the Clarington community as we can, and as we are such a growing community, so our businesses and the needs of businesses are continue to grow. So through our years, we've been just evolving within our programming, and we really listen to the needs of our businesses. So we don't pull out programming from the air. Sometimes we do because it's fun, and we know that our businesses would have a fun time with that. But we really make a point of listening to what keeps businesses up at night, and what we can do to give them the tools to grow and thrive. So. We are a member-based organization, as you know, Rhonda.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean businesses have to be members. It's just a tool that has a lot more benefits, from saving money to getting discounts on different things and promoting yourself. So, and we continue to evolve based on the needs of businesses.
Yeah, love it. Yeah, we are membership based. We're at 420 members, our highest ever, which is super exciting. And you're right, giving them visibility is the biggest thing, right? So, and value, and that's something that keeps me up at night. Speaking of that, is making sure that we're giving our businesses value, and making sure that they're seen in this community. And we would be remiss if we didn't talk about our team here at CBOT. So it's not just you and I. So you are our fearless leader, the executive director of CBOT, which is amazing. And then what's my title again? Business development lead or something like that. So taking care of membership.
I think your card says, or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. And then we have Alyssa, who is our marketing and communications coordinator. And then we have Alyssa, who takes care of all of our events. I don't know if you had mentioned before, we have upwards of 50 events that we run a year, which is insane. But Alyssa takes care of all that, plus all of our ECDev stuff. And Sheila helps from a strategy perspective, which we're really grateful for as well. And she's been here for
23 years.
3 years?
I think 23 years, something like that.
Yeah. So amazing. So we have the best team ever. Really grateful to to call you guys my teammates.
That's very sweet, Rhonda.
Yes, I know. That's
and the
me.
same thing about me too. I think we wouldn't be where we were, number one, without the business community.
Yeah.
And then our amazing team.
Yeah.
So being a not-for-profit, there are some challenges in running a business with a not-for-profit, right? So as we are a membership-based community, it's so important to keep our brand elevated.
Yes.
So important. And we've changed so much over the years, and having a team that understands the importance of investing, not only in the business community, but ourselves.
That's
and
right.
keeping it fresh and keeping it relevant. So it's been a long, fun journey, and I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah. Well,
so
thank
I love
goodness
it.
for
Hopefully
that.
you won't either.
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's talk about me for a minute. My favorite thing to do. Just kidding.
It's always about you.
So just so that everyone knows kind of where I came from. So I've been at CBOT just over a year and a half. Feels a lot longer than that, which is a good thing.
Yes.
So way back when, my background was human resources. So I was in the corporate world, but that wasn't really sitting right with me. Didn't feel like a place that, after I started having kids, was a place that I really belonged anymore. And so I let go of that and all the security of being in the corporate world to open up my own business almost 15 years ago. It was huge. It was a big leap for sure. But I got into personal training and teaching boot camp classes and things like that. that evolved from there.
You followed your heart, didn't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what we encourage all of our businesses here to do,
That's
right?
right.
Is especially those entrepreneurs that are getting businesses up and running, is go after what makes you happy and what you're passionate
Absolutely.
about. So, which really comes in handy when I'm talking to members, right? Because they know that I was a business owner, an entrepreneur.
They relate to you more, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, so I became a personal trainer and a nutrition coach and a life coach as well, primarily for women, which was really rewarding. But it's a grind when you have your own business, right? You don't know where your next client's coming from. You wear all the hats, which again we see all the time with our businesses, right? I didn't have a team, but I had to do all my own marketing and accounting and getting out there to network and everything. So you're jack of all trades, and so it's a lot. And then you need to be on for me for my clients to make sure that they're getting the best of me as well.
It's not a 9-to-5 thing either.
No,
for
it's not.
entrepreneurs, is it?
It's not. Right? Absolutely. It's definitely 24/7, 365, maybe minus Christmas. But other than that, it's a lot. So that's where I was for a really long time. And I was a member of the Board of Trade for the last few years with my business, which I was really proud to be a part of. I saw the value in having a community around me, because being a home-based business can be lonely and it can be isolating. I used to drive around to all my clients and see them, and then obviously COVID changed that, so I flipped online and stayed that way because things got so busy, which was a great thing, but then you're stuck at home, right? And so being part of the Board of Trade allowed me to feel like I was part of something, and to be able to have conversations like with yourself and bounce ideas off of, and really understand what it took to be a successful home-based business here in Clarington. So, it ran its course. It ran its course, right? So I was ready to make an impact in a different way. And this opportunity to be part of this team presented itself, which was not what I was expecting, to be honest. I knew I needed a change, but I knew I didn't want to go back to...
I remember you said, there's no way I'm going to work 9 to 5. Forget it. Actually, can we talk?
Yeah. Actually, can we have a conversation? Yeah. So, but things happen for a reason, right?
100%.
So, being able to be here and make an impact in a different way, and still be, coaching entrepreneurs and really taking the skill set that I had developed, having my own business and my background in HR, I think really helps.
Oh, for sure.
So it's where I needed to be. And people often ask, like, do you miss what, your old world? And I'm like, no, which isn't anything against my previous world. It's that it was time. It was the right time for me to be moving forward.
Well, it's the word opportunity.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Presented itself. And
yes.
You have to address it, don't you? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So really thrilled to be part of the team, as we talked about our amazing team. I think that, people often ask, like, you guys are everywhere. How do you do, everything you do? And I think that for me, the biggest challenge being here is trying to make sure that all 420 members are visible, are engaged, see value, and we're connecting with them. And that can be a lot.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And no matter how passionate you are, you still feel like maybe sometimes you're letting people down, or you're dropping the ball somewhere. And that's certainly not the intention. But so that's the challenge. But if I think about the most rewarding parts of being here, is when we get to see businesses collaborate. And kind of invest in each other and see where there's opportunity to work with each other, even if their businesses have nothing to do with each other. It's awesome to see at events them connecting and ideas swirling around, and so I love that part, being able to have a hand in that, and because sometimes we see what they don't see. So being able to see, like, wait a second, you're doing this and you're doing this, and you want to do this and you want to do this. Maybe there's opportunity for you to do that together. So that's a little bit about me. I've, sped up, of course. There's, a couple kids thrown in there, and, but I'm right where I should be
and
at
you
this
live
point
in
in time.
Tyrone, in Clarington, right?
Yes,
Clarington
this is
girl.
right in my own community, which doesn't get any better, not only from a commute perspective, but being able to make an impact in my own community. I'm super grateful for that.
I was going to ask you a question,
Yeah,
though. I was
sure.
going to ask you about the collaboration piece of it.
Yeah.
So as I'm hearing you speak about us making sure that our members have what they need and have every opportunity they have to connect and collaborate, what we do really well as the Board of Trade is we come from a authentic platform and approach. So we personally really want to see businesses succeed.
Yes.
So we invest probably sometimes too much, maybe,
Yes, agreed.
of our time to make sure businesses have what they need, and recognizing their story so we can recognize other people's story and connect the two.
Yes.
So it's not as simple as, hey, you connect.
That's right.
And go. It's more, I know what you're looking for. I had a conversation with X, and you guys need to talk.
Yes.
And I'll come to my piece where I see it's very rewarding later, but I just wanted to mention that. And
that comes from us having those relationships that you alluded to earlier.
sure.
We don't just have, 420 members that we're checking boxes and going, great, we've got another member. I want to really get to know people, right? So that's why when I send an email to invite myself over to somewhere, I'd love for that to be accepted so that I can go out and get a sneak peek behind the scenes if they have a brick and mortar. If they don't, happy to have them here at the CBOT office. Do we just want to learn and understand?
Took the words out of my mouth.
Perfect.
We want to learn.
We do. We want to learn because we don't know how to support them if we don't understand who they are and what they need.
We don't know everything.
We
learn based on, and we learn a lot about experts.
Yes.
And so like, you do HR really well. We need you to come and do a lunch and learn for us and build that trust with them and build that membership base.
Yeah.
Right? So,
yeah.
and respect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But it's a two-way street. Sheila from our team, I remember one time early on in my early days here, said to me, it's kind of like a gym membership.
Same story. She told me the same when I started.
Right. But it's so true, right? It's so true. So the gym is providing you with all of these tools, just like we're providing you with all of these tools. And if you don't take advantage of them or involve yourself or keep connected and communicate with us, you're not going to get a whole lot out of the membership. And I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear when someone doesn't see why my
you get
mission.
That, members, anybody out there? Rhonda doesn't want to hear it.
Yeah, no, not in that way. But I want people to see value.
Yeah.
But it is a two-way street, right? So we're going to put things on the table, and you can take advantage of those
Absolutely.
things. But the communication is key, right? Just keeping in contact with each other. But and you've been doing that for 17 years.
Don't fast forward me that much here. I've been here for a long time, not that long.
Yes.
16 years. 16. Yeah, it's going on 17. Yeah, I know. Well, it took me a while to figure out what you want to do and where you want to stay and not want to leave. So my background is marketing. So you're making me go way back now. I don't want to go there because that's 16 years ago. So my last job was, I was a marketing manager for a plastics manufacturer. So we did a lot of promotion of, it's called plug for the Earth Machine. So it's a compost bin. So I work for the environmental products division, and we sold the composter to communities and residents all over North America. So I would do big budgets for them. Believe it or not, I actually did budgets and did a little bit of accounting.
From someone that hates accounting,
exactly.
But now has been thrust into it.
Yeah, it's awesome. So I met a lot of people, great people, and marketing is my strength. I'm not going to go into what I went on for university in, but it wasn't marketing.
Right.
But I did take some college courses, and I really, I'm a people person.
Right.
If you haven't guessed already. So communications is my thing. I love helping people. I almost went to the side of, psychology almost.
Right.
But you needed math and science and things, and I wanted to go to police sciences and forensics. Again, math is not my strong suit, so like, what can I do here? So I naturally gravitated towards marketing and making sure people's brands were elevated, and making sure people understand, who the brand is and how they're presenting it to others. So left there because I worked in Brampton, so it took a long time. And at the time, I lived in Curtis, so it took too long to get to Brampton to home. And at that time, I had a little one at home and didn't see him till he was in bed. So I would sit beside him, and mommy's here, and I haven't seen you, but I love you. So I had a discussion with myself about, I need to change. I love my community I'm in. And I really want to get involved more. And so back then there were papers, and you could see, ads posted for jobs. And I'm like, what is the Clarington Board of Trade? What is
Which
that?
we'll dive into a little bit more in a minute.
What is it? Absolutely. Yeah. So I applied, and once in 2006, and then again in 2008, just didn't work out. And the rest is history. So, I'm not going to complain about commuting into work 5 minutes rather than 2 hours into work. So it's a life changer. And it made me fall in love with the community even more.
Yeah.
So, and this role provides the opportunity to kind of define it as you want to,
Yes.
build it as you want to, just so long as you're aligning with the mandate of supporting business and developing the community and business. So I started off with the Shop Local campaign and let's get to know as many businesses as I can and just go from door to door to door and introduce myself, and really had a very quick respect for entrepreneurs and what they did and small business. And I keep learning. So you just don't think you know it all. When you think you do, you don't. And so my favorite part of doing what I'm doing, being new to the executive director role is a little different. It's very administrative, but you kind of get to know a little bit more about the inner workings of an operating a not-for-profit. So I'm really enjoying that piece of it. But my heart always lies with getting out. I'm more feet on the street. And I know you love to do that. I still love to do that too. And just talking to businesses and just really kind of filling your cup with their stories. And it really inspires me to want to help even more. So what kind of programming can we put in place to really support the members of the business community? So I think I'll start with the most rewarding part, because I'm already going there anyway. So is really seeing the businesses see value. Like almost
so important.
Literally seeing value that they are experiencing from our events or from conversations that we've had. You know, we have members, not even members, but businesses who come and sit at this table that we're sitting at, and then you and I would just talk with them and just mesmerized by their story and really authentically approaching them and saying, you know, we're here for you. You don't even have to be a member. That's just a opportunity and a tool, but we really want to support you. And then they buy into us because we care. And we're not vacuum salesmen, right? So if you don't want to be a part of what we have to offer, that's just fine. But know that we're here to help. And then when you're ready, we're ready for you. So we'll always be here. We're not going anywhere. We've been here for 26 years. And we're not going anywhere. So seeing the value they get really is rewarding for me. A key challenge for me would be,
other than the accounting.
Thanks for reminding me. I was trying to put that on my head. I like challenge.
I know.
Hate math, but I like challenge. Is trying to explain to businesses who have never heard of a board of trade before, or even chamber of commerce, is because it can deter solopreneurs or entrepreneurs or any business really. So if we're the Clarington Board of Trade, so we often get, so you're involved with the trades and apprenticeships. No, we're not. I'm sorry if it sounds that way. It's just such an old school term. I think back in the 17th century in Europe, it was pertaining to an organization that supported trade and commerce. And it's kind of an old school term, and they're both used interchangeably with the Chamber of Commerce and the Board of Trade. So it is kind of old school. We can't do much about changing the name, but we can certainly reach out and have our entrepreneur friends help us tell our story to their entrepreneur friends and say, you know what, you need to connect to these guys. And once they connect with us, there's no looking back.
That's right.
So I guess for me, that's a challenge in trying to explain for advertising anywhere. People may not understand and how to connect with the actual name. But again, once we have them, that's why our members are growing, because our members are bringing in other businesses and say, you need to connect, because it's so valuable.
No, it's so true. The name of our organization can be a deterrent at first. I've heard that many times. They're like, I don't know if I'm going to fit in. I don't think that this is for me. It's
intimidating.
Very intimidating. And that's the last thing that we want. So we try to reach out and just have conversations, but that's on us to do maybe a better job at depicting exactly who we are and what we do, whether it's on social media or just being out in the community. So I'm
going to task our members to do the same for us too, and they already are. Right. So they have their own personal circles of businesses as well that they can explain to them what we do too, and they do such a great job already, and we're very grateful for that.
Absolutely. So let's dive in now that everyone knows a little bit more about us.
I have kids too.
Yay!
Those kids,
those kids somewhere. In your 17 years, your kids are
19 and 14-year-old boys, and they love the community because I make them.
And everywhere you go, they're like, hi, Bonnie, and they're like, oh boy, here we go again.
It's like, Mom. You know everybody.
Like,
stop.
Well, 17 years, that's a long time. You've seen the community grow and change. I mean, gosh, if I think back 17 years, I mean, I didn't even live in Clarington at that point, and
Right.
didn't really have much of a reason to come out here. And now it's just booming. And
You were only in Whitby. It's not
I
like
know,
you were...
I know, but I still wouldn't need to come here.
True.
So it's changed a lot, and you've been a big part of seeing that community change and evolve and grow. And then as a result, CBOT having to adjust to what the community.
It's been an
needs.
amazing journey. Can't wait for the future. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
absolutely. Some of the things that are close to your heart right now in terms of what we have going on at CBOT and what we're sort of working on tirelessly over here.
Tirelessly. That word is used a lot, tirelessly. Yeah. But it's good.
It is good.
It's it can be negative, but not for us.
Not for us.
We love it. So, of the 50 events that we do each year, it's amazing that how we pull that off. Again, we do some of this similar events, I guess, which is like kind of the networking events, but we change them up a lot.
Yes.
True. And if they're successful in the past, we might skip a year, or if they're really successful, we might do it again because we have that feedback from our members. And so we have networking events, could be anything from, visiting Canadian Tire Motorsport. So we have Accelerate Your Networking. That's one of my favorites. We are grateful to have a partnership with the Car Club up there, Drive Tech, and working with CTMP, great partners. And so just kind of like, let's work together. Can you put some of our members of the business community in your car and whip them around the track?
Sure. Over 200 kilometers an hour?
Yeah. And so we're lucky. We're lucky to have these assets in our community. And maybe I want to speak to this is how diverse Clarington is.
Yes.
Right? It's huge geographically.
Absolutely.
I think we can only develop on like 20% of Clarington. The rest of it's protected and agricultural lands. But I think we're very blessed to have such a beautiful community and such diversity in businesses. We have, I think our main economic drivers are the nuclear or energy industry and agriculture.
Yes.
They employ a lot of people. We have beautiful 3 distinct BIAs. We have Bowmanville, Orono, and Newcastle, which have its own charm and personality.
Yes.
Curtis, we're getting there. It's just a different
type. It's got its own charm.
Has its own charm.
Yeah.
It's like on a 4-lane highway, so it's a challenge, but they have an identity too.
That's right.
So we're really trying to help them pull together and celebrate themselves as a community.
Yeah.
And retail is a big component of the community and manufacturing.
Yes.
So
forget our manufacturers.
I don't know how many times we've said these percentages, but 97% of our community, they have under 20, or businesses have under 20 employees. Yes. 97%.
Yes.
So I think I can count not even on 2 hands on how many big employers we have. That's over 100, OPG, Algoma, St. Mary Cement, and a few more.
Yeah.
This community is built by small business. And so we are so ingrained and in tune of what they need and what they want. We build that programming based on that. See how I circled right back to the programming?
Yes.
So the AGM is a big one. So we have something for everybody.
That's right.
Something for everybody.
Well, because you're not going to attend 50 events.
Well,
right.
What you mentioned about the I guess the 2 polar opposites that we would have, like from Morning Motivator to.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. All the way from Morning Motivator, which is like a little breakfast, intimate, 15 members or businesses, all the way up to I guess the AGM would be the biggest one.
150 people, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. And then, golf is up there being a big event. We just had our women's event, which was spectacular, first time ever. I know that was something that you had on your bucket list for a really long time. But yeah, you're not going to come to everything. And I always say especially to new members, like we have 50 events and their eyes kind of like light up like, oh my gosh, I can't possibly attend 50 events. You don't have to attend 50 events. You attend events where you feel like you're going to get value, where you're going to feel visible, and that where there's meaning behind it, whether it's in education.
Value again.
Absolutely. Right? So you have to pick and choose. And we're very, conscious of the fact that businesses are taking time out of their day to come to these events and carving out time. So there better be value when they're there. And then they start to see you're right. There's something for everyone, regardless of what sector you're in, regardless of how many employees you have and that sort of thing. So, but again, there's that gym membership thing. They're all going to be there for you to select from. You just have to sort of be paying attention to where there's opportunity for you to sort of shine at those different events. But
well, I think too, we have so many events, and we can't assume that every business has the utmost comfort and coming to these events. So
Yes.
a lot of them are some of them are home-based business, and they don't come out to a lot of events, and they don't know where to start. And again, use that word, being intimidated, right?
Yeah.
And as you talk to them and we talk to them, we make them feel comfortable, especially when they're at events. We make sure that they are comfortable.
Yes.
We would never leave them alone. We would introduce them to other people and make sure that they're with people that would make them comfortable as well. So we really make an effort, number one, to make our members comfortable and make them visible.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Through events, but even through conversation, right?
Yeah.
So again, very proud of being an organization that makes people feel something, right?
Yes.
So
Agreed.
we can give them all the things and give them the toolkit and the gym bag, but they'll come back because they feel cared for. Yes. Authentically, right? So and that makes our job easy because we are all authentic people, and we approach it from a genuine perspective, right? And so that's what they buy into. Yeah. They like the stuff and things and the discounts that does help them shape their future and their goals. But they come because they're listened to.
Yes, and how it makes them feel, right? And then they see the opportunity that's there for either collaborating with other people or just getting word out about what they do, or just even having conversations to share what's working, what's not working. Everyone's really willing to share information. There's enough business to go around, so it's not a competitive sort of feeling when you're in the room. It's how can we help each other, which I think is amazing, because we can only do so much, but they can help each other. So relying on each other to be able to grow and learn. So beyond events, there's lots of other things, because people are like, oh my gosh, you guys do all these events. How do you have time to do everything? That's just one thing, right? Yeah. I mean, there's youth engagement. We're big and really heavily involved with the schools, whether it's post-secondary.
Rhonda, tell us why we're involved in the schools.
So we do presentations at the schools at the high school level.
How many high schools?
6, right?
All of them.
6, yeah, at all high schools, right? So doing presentations to talk to the students about what we have in this community, to kind of open their eyes. Doing the Employer Student Summit, where we have businesses that come out, and we have the high school students come and tour around and be able to have conversations with these businesses to understand what potential there is in our own community when they're finished school. They don't have to go. They have no idea. They don't have any idea. So those conversations are really powerful. So the Employer Student Summit, even our relationship with the post-secondary schools, with Durham College and Ontario Tech University and Trent University, having their students come out to our events, because of course they're on their career path. So giving them the opportunity to get in front of businesses and develop some relationships and see where there's potential and possibility. So youth engagement is I know that's something that you are really passionate about, and starting to impart that onto Alyssa and Erica. Well, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Well, it comes down to workforce, which is another big emphasis piece for us too, right? About acquisition and retention of good workforce, and encouraging businesses to engage in co-ops and internships and things like that. So us being able to have those relationships,
filling the gap, right?
That's right.
Because there's the need of employers that we can't find any talent.
Yes.
And then there's talent out there, we can't find any jobs.
Yes.
And so there's a massive gap. It's not a Clarington problem, it's a national problem, I think. So what can we do as a Board of Trade to help just maybe chip away at that gap, just close it just a little bit. So thankful again for those relationships we have with the post-secondary institutions and the high schools, and bring their co-op specialist in, talk to the employers who are looking to fill that gap. Employers might not know, they're small businesses. They don't have, how many hats do they wear?
Yes.
Right? HR, operations, plant managers,
marketing,
payroll, accounting.
Yes.
Yeah. So they wear all the hats, and so they don't have the time to reach out and find those resources.
Yes.
They come to us.
Yes. So speaking of being a resource, right? That's a huge piece. I can't tell you the number of emails I get every day, mostly from members, but from other businesses as well, just asking, do you know someone that's a lawyer that could help with this, or do you know someone that could help me with my marketing, or and that's, again, comes back to us understanding who our members are, what they're about, so that we can connect them appropriately. And I encourage members to do that, to come to us to be the resource. Don't go down the Google rabbit hole of trying to figure out who's in our community.
I think we've talked to some people already going, I've searched here. It took you an hour?
Right.
It takes 5 minutes for you to call us.
That's right.
And we'll get you the answer.
Yes.
If we don't know it,
Yes, we'll find out. Absolutely, because we'll rely on our community partners. And again, it comes back to relationships, not only with our members, but with our community partners, so that we can be a resource to members. They're busy running their business and handling all of the things that they need to be doing. They don't need to be trying to struggle with figuring out these different anomalies when they can just come to us for it. So love being able to help them, and they're like, the time we're saving them, the energy we're saving them.
Well, and then what I hear from our members a lot is we're reliable.
Right. Yes.
But we if someone asks us a question, we don't get back to you in a week.
No.
It's either that day.
Yeah.
Probably that day.
Yeah. Or that hour.
Or the next day.
If you're me, that's a little bit anal about my inbox.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
We
gotta talk about that because it's hard not to help people after 5.
Right.
Right. And I think that's our choice. But they know, and that's that piece of them. Of that reliability, and that trust again. So if they know, if we don't answer them that day, Rhonda, it's okay. We can answer them the next day.
This is not my performance review, Bonnie.
Yeah, I'm going to take notes. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I think so. The other pieces that are very important as well is the advocacy piece.
Absolutely.
So we call ourselves, and I think many chambers and boards of trades do, the voice of business. So what that means is, again, we have deep rooted relationships over the years. With all levels of government. We know everybody from the municipal, local level to the federal level, and everything in between, regional, provincial. We're lucky to have 2 ministers in our riding, Minister McCarthy and Minister Pacini, and they respect us because we respect them.
Right.
And their staff at their offices are amazing. If we have any, they were great through the pandemic as well, and we were all online, and we had breakfast over virtual and talked about what's going on, how can we help, who can we talk to bring funding to you, how can we walk you through the small business grant applications, and they're there for us. So and if there's a issue in the community, I'll just pick out broadband, for instance. It's been an issue for a long time. We have where the dead zones are.
Right.
And bringing and elevating those voices to the government ears that need to hear it.
That's right. Yes.
We're really grateful to be part of, it's called the DBA, which is the Durham Business Alliance. We have a great relationship with our sister chambers and boards of trades across Durham region as well. So that makes us even stronger. So if there's any letter writing campaigns pertaining to any, from transportation to nuclear energy, you name it, broadband, we will write that letter and send it to the people who need to hear it, and we'll be at whatever discussion we need to be at. We've been at round tables about red tape reduction. We've had Minister Flack come out. He's the Minister of Agriculture, Agribusiness, and Agri-Food. Very lucky to have those relationships. So
absolutely.
What else we're lucky to have is, we have government leader breakfast as well. So those members who want to connect and learn about what they are doing and serving their communities, very welcome to come. And those are really well attended, right? And that, again, that's something for everybody. Some members might not be that interested in learning or connecting to the government leader, but there are a lot of members who do want to do that.
Absolutely. Well, then they get to learn again. What are they? What is
and they
that?
ask questions.
Yes,
they have the opportunity to ask questions.
There's the voice thing again,
100%.
right? So this is your opportunity to ask questions, to have a voice. It's not supposed to be a political type of thing. We're not political, but we're going to connect you and be able to give you the opportunity to have a voice in the community. And I don't care if you're a home-based business.
We provide that platform, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
The other piece I just want to mention quick before you're like, we are running out of time here, is we are run by a board.
Yes.
So board of directors.
Yeah.
And our board of directors, we have 12 of them. They're members of the business community.
That's right.
And they're business owners.
Yes.
And so they know the pulse of business as well.
Yeah.
And they're very much plugged into what they're doing and supporting the organization. And they're out at events as well. Yeah. We'll have an upcoming, Meet Your Directors event next year. So make sure that our members know who they are. And because I think some members may not know that we have a board other than the ones that attend the AGM,
Yes.
The business portion, but they are just as passionate about the community running their business and entrepreneurship and small businesses as the rest of our members. So I wanted to give them a little plug.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Well,
and it's we couldn't do it without them either, right? I mean, it's nice for the people listening to know that they're part of our community.
Right.
They're either business owners or they work somewhere locally, so they understand the community and what it's made up of. And it's nice for us to be able to rely on their area of expertise as well.
Yes.
For any questions that we have or feedback. I mean, we're a small team, right? So we can it only goes so far. So it's nice to have outlets in different areas and different sectors as well to bounce ideas off of. So we're lucky to have them.
Very much. Very much.
So I think we would be remiss if we didn't encourage people to get involved. Right, with CBOT, whether it's and again, you don't have to be a member. You can come out to our events. I think Ep.1, which is the track event that you mentioned earlier, are open to people that are not members, and come and see what we're about, see what our membership is about. Come out and have some fun. Come out and learn.
It's not a one size fits all.
Absolutely.
Even just come and sit down and have a chat with us.
Absolutely.
And from the standpoint of we just want to learn.
Yeah.
We just want to learn about you and support you if you allow us to, and just check us out, right?
Yes.
So we'll be kind of polishing up our website a little more to make it a bit more easy to navigate, and have our events posted on there. It's really easy to connect with us. We have our website, CBOT.ca.
Yep.
That's CBOT.ca, as well Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
LinkedIn. We're on TikTok. Yeah, thank God.
No, we're not. But we're also right downtown Bowmanville.
Totally.
We're easily accessible. We have open door policy. We love visitors. So we want people to come in and don't need an appointment. But have a conversation. Sit at this very table and have a conversation with us.
Even if you don't think that we can help.
Yes.
Talk to us first.
Yes.
We have a lot of partners across the community, like the Business Advisory Center of Durham, the ACD. They help startups. Even if you have an idea, even if you're not sure where to start with your business idea, come to us first.
Starts with a conversation.
That's it.
That's it. So come to the table. And for those entrepreneurs that are in the full swing and do have a business up and running, take advantage of going on the Forest City Films podcast that they're starting to, because it's for entrepreneurs. To sort of raise their profile, give them some visibility. It's fun. It's an opportunity for entrepreneurs to have another avenue to raise their profile.
Absolutely.
And especially those home-based businesses. I used to be one, that as I said earlier, so I'm super passionate about engaging with the home-based businesses. Please come out. We're not scary. We like to have fun and we want to help. We're doing a home-based business roundtable discussion on January 23rd. All the details are on our website and on social media as well. But just to have a discussion, it's not about pulling you into anything or becoming a member. It's just we want to understand what the challenges are, how we can help support you, how you can help support each other. So
and build from there. Maybe they can help us build some programming or an event or tools to help home-based businesses.
Yes, agreed.
So another fast fact here, Rhonda, that we tell everybody, all of our friends, is that 72% of businesses in Clarington are solopreneurs.
Yes, that's baffling.
It is baffling.
And we don't know about most of them.
Right.
So we want to hear from them. We do want, and again, if I'm getting across my point, I'm very passionate about it because I was one for a long time.
Absolutely.
And you're right, that means they're by themselves, so they don't have a team. They have a team in a sort of an indirect way.
Family, friends.
But it's just them. So we want to be part of the support system, and we want to introduce you to other people that can become part of your support system. So it would be amazing if we can just have a conversation. So we're not big and scary. Again, we're just here on Highway 2 and a team of 5 people.
So I think the word is we're real.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We're
real.
Absolutely.
And we care. So we just want to have a conversation. So. I think that's a wrap for today, Bonnie. That was awesome.
So.
But I encourage all the entrepreneurs out there listening to get in touch with Forest City Films.
Please,
do yourself a favor and book yourself a consultation, at least just to come on and do a podcast.
They're fun and they're very patient. There's a lot set up around us. It can be intimidating.
Yes.
But if you know your stuff, it's just a lot of fun.
I know talking about you. So
I know they're to my right here and doing what they're doing, but they kind of blend in.
Yes.
But it's a lot of fun, and I think people need to be on podcasts because that's what people listen to now. I
That's
mean,
right.
the media is it's changed. The landscape of media is very different.
Yes.
It's digital now, especially for Durham. We don't have a paper anymore, so getting the news out is very difficult.
Yeah.
But everyone listens to podcasts, and this is real.
Yes.
It's a conversation.
Well, it's a conversation, right? So no, I agree.
Yeah. So I think the other thing that I wanted to kind of lean into a little bit is, we do have programming, we have events, we have benefits, we have
promotional opportunities,
saving money, all that kind of stuff, which is great to help businesses grow. But what I wanted to mention is we see ourselves as a community builder as well. And we see our business community as community builders as well.
Very true.
There's a lot happening in this very, very quickly growing community. We have the Bowmanville Hospital is undergoing an expansion. They're still raising money, so please give to the Bowmanville Hospital Foundation to increase the capacity of the hospital in Bowmanville. I think shovels are going in the ground. I don't think I'll get slapped for this, but I think it's next fall, 2025. So huge opportunity there. To support that, as well as Marigold Hospice Center. So I want to go back to the site and see. I know they're doing it quickly and constructing it quickly. Amazing. Walls are up, and I think they'll have enough capacity for 9 beds. This is for end of life care. That's in the eastern part of our community. Amazing project, still needs some support. We have amazing not-for-profits, Bethesda House, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Clarington, and so many more. So we, as a Board of Trade, the other large component that I've left out, not intentionally, just we have so much going on. We do provide events, we provide the tools, we provide the platform, discounts, savings, promotional opportunities. But the other huge critical component for us as a Board of Trade is we see ourselves as a community builder.
Yes.
And we see members of the business community also a community builder. They're in the community, they employ people, a lot of them live here, have families here. So we see it as utmost importance to support projects in our community, like the Bowmanville Hospital is undergoing an expansion. I think shovels are going in the ground next fall for that. So increasing capacity in different units and equipment, as well as the Marigold Hospice Center. That is underway right now. It's being constructed. I want to go back and visit the site and see how far they've come. And I hear they're doing it quite quickly.
They are,
and I think they're going to be ready to go. I think by next fall.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you're right. I think this is September.
9 beds. So this is an opportunity for families for end of life care, which is critically needed in Durham, and so we're very lucky to have it in Curtis.
Absolutely.
And we have so many not-for-profits in the community, which are businesses too.
Yes.
Bethesda House, Big Brothers Big Sisters. There's the St. Paul's Church. We have St. Vincent de Paul. Maybe you want to mention the not-for-profit roundtable that we're going to be hosting.
We have so many not-for-profits, and I've learned about so many since being in the role that I had no idea existed, which has been really great, and us trying to help raise their profile in the community. But we are having a not-for-profit roundtable in the new year, early in the new year, to talk about what are the challenges that they're facing and how can they work together, instead of in silos, to be able to lean on each other, and what are the best practices and what
information sharing is huge.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's so valuable. I mean, the easiest thing that we can do is, again, I keep saying this, is provide the platform.
Yes.
So we know the players and the people. We have to bring them to the table, and then the rest is history.
That's right. Yes. I'm excited for that conversation, and I know that we've got a lot that have already committed to coming. It's in their calendar. It's booked. They're going to be attending. So looking forward to that discussion. So you're right that being a community builder and supporting different organizations, not-for-profits, and things like that are right in our community is a key piece of what we do.
CBOT Cares, right?
We do.
So we've had that in place. So we try as much as we can to do as many fundraising activities as we can, right? Yep. So Terry Fox walked, Terry Fox run. The cold plunge for resilience for Bethesda House. Yeah, at least you did it.
That was great.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, hospice, hiker bike. Yes.
Absolutely. So and we share that with businesses, saying, you know what, if you can't participate, if you can't support us, maybe have a barbecue, or maybe have wear a jeans Friday or a pajama pant Friday or something, and have your employees pay. Yeah. It's really easy. Yes. And so we have a supporting community page on our website that we try our best to keep up to date and share, just to make sure that everybody's plugged in and building our community, because it's growing so fast, and so many great services out there that are helping families. So we're very happy to be a part of that. So we're proud of calling ourselves, we're Board of Trade, Chamber of Commerce, but we are a community builder.
Yes,
as
you're
well.
right. I think that's a great way to wrap for today. Thank you for your time, sharing your story, Bonnie. I was really grateful to be able to share a bit of my story, and we hope you tune in for another episode of Conversation with CBOT.
Yeah,
thanks.
Sounds like fun.